say planet is overloading. A planet is overloaded. Too much knowledge.
How you do that? I want to know how you remember to make you my somebody.
I'm gonna possess you to remember never who you could exist as. Let's go dance. Let's dance. Dancing with the devil. Don't even got the music playing. YouTube. Oh no, I'm gonna play goddamn YouTube because I said the word music. If it's only what you want me making up doing. I look like an idiot.
Go push on his butt and his tongue.
We gotta roll our eyes and lose our pride. I never earned my pride at Panther Pride. That's what I act my pride. My pride, my stride, and my proud. I'm gonna go be him. Let's go hide in the crowd. Let's go colorblind around in it. Maybe I can soundbite it. Maybe I can pupil cock it. You want my eye, you want my left hand, you want my tongue, you want my hip, you want my lip, you want what's on my mind. What else you want? Social security numbers, shoe size, what time you did this, what time you did that. How many times can I make you look? Who can I make you look like so I can look like you? Who can I make you look like so I can be like you? Just like you. You to desecrate me. You love to play my way. You love to take from my life just like you. You love to imitate me. You look there really dumb. You can't walk your own beating of the drum. So then you want to walk another person's beating, another rhythm of what they're greeting. Everybody's so caned up, unable, and paranoid with guns. Don't live by the gun 'cause the ink pen is mightier than that sword, but you want to decapitate and go kill more. Go lie with your silver tongues, don't know what bulls should, and then you spread these spells. I like seeing no goods. No goods in your house to eat from, no goods for your life to be. Then he's stuck there playing in it, the ignorant neck, pecking down your mind, and they're hanging in it. In and out that screen. You're living in the Virgo's planet. I don't know how you get colorblind and you're sitting there, you jump when it flies by your eye. That's called being schizophrenic. Any movement you see, it's like you're placing the game to attack it. And I've been all up and down the neighborhood, all up and down the ghetto, all up and down. I've been around DC. I've been around so many goddamn people. No wonder they look at me at my pupil as the Virgonomic. Oh my God, you really see like that? How did you see him all the way down there at the alley and you knew that was him? How did you look there and you knew what you looked at? How do you know where you put your face? I got 3 faces. I'll put my face nowhere, under the eyelids of everyone else's skin. Act like we're parts of a snake, not part of life. We're part of a device too, the color blue. Blue. And the blind will lead the blind to the ghost stare. I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know where it's at. Maybe the ghost did it. Who you gonna call? The gross busters? It ain't God. What, he got goddamn 15 ghosts and 30 skeletons? They don't hear you. They smear ear. We'll get that type. We'll get shut down. Every time a conversation, about 5 paragraphs of words get spoken, not possessed, eye mocked, croak cocked. Let's turn into the ignorant, so everyone can turn your hand into the right-handed society. like the way he uses his mind. Maybe I can use it. I like a person that has a good mind. Maybe I can make that my personality. So no wonder you like the Virgonomic. That's a good mind. That's tender-hearted. That's loyal. That's precise. That's caring. That's dedication. Or that can be the whole workload for him or her. We'll use him for our ass to set. I look at everyone like naked body parts, colorblind. I look at everyone like goddamn other people's private parts that you want to stick your filth and ignorance, your unclean, your scaven scabies. Where can I save the snake and crawl in a crotch of the garden of what you should be eating? I'm going to start eating humans and children soon. We're going to Disneyland. Oh, we're going to the telephone again. Yeah, start disconnecting. Disconnect everything again. The only thing I should be disconnecting is the fish off the end of the reel. He was a carpenter. You look at his name, he had a fish around it.
Sticks, spells, and dots. 1000 Vision X.
1000 television X. Take 30. Take 30 scenes everywhere you stick your mind. That'll take everyone's mind and day off and away from everything. Playing like we're standing in Texas, we're standing in 15 text messages, and no one's standing in a clean room with Clorox and bleach and Lysol and clean windows. Wear Windexes. Where's your windpipe? Where's your ear nub? Where's your hand? Where's your wrist? You can't be that quick and reliable. You can be like Medusa. We turned into stone. Who am I acting for? Just like you. I'm not here to act. I'm here for my actions and my Jacksons. I'm here to put action to work. You're here to have no satisfaction.
I'll fake it and snake it.
I look at every human on earth like they're butt naked and their hips are doing this all day. I want to run down to fluidal cavities, everyone. Those fluid spells everywhere. It's weird being a visionary, the blessings. And then you're around the color armbinds.
I don't know, forget a mess and God, hell. I gotta go under the scales of everyone like a snake. Put that musky stench out.
I got a musk so bad I'll make your nose hairs curl up. And you're proud of that? Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the musk of them before you even see them. You won't even need your musket or gun. They're that disgusting. Just give them the beams of the lights of the sun. Reflect with God, you Satan's rejects. You sick serpents. Reflect in the light of the vitamin D that everybody needs. I don't need that. I need a Cain and Abel. The needle in my arm. I need to wake up with the booze. I need to wake up with the bullet and the gun, paranoid. What moved in front of me? How many times did they walk, my neighbor, across the room to another room? People not worried. Oh, there's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Walked out the door. That's my name. Don't wear it out. That's that name over there. Let's wear it out. Probably it's the metaphors. But you get everyone's problems? Or about their meditation more? Whore 3. Well, I know where all the whores be. They do all the chores for me. I want to pimp clap everybody. Sit it in my lap. All your product of production. I got a product of manipulating and seductions. I could change my mouth and speak 30 vocal fuse behind 50 pupils of other people's shoes. You're going to be in the brimfire, stones falling from the sky and burning in the lava lake of hell. Better believe in God. Send me a few comments too, because somebody sent it a few comments. Comments. Remember the picture? They're sending comments there. Current event today. Where do we have a nice big earthquake in the United Satanic Academy of this land that got possessed and stole. More foreign affairs going on than the patriotic pride of your roots. What happened today on the west side? A 6.3. And where did it happen at? Nevada, close to Vegas, very close to Reno. Roads uplifted from the highways, separations of the earth. Be careful, be ready. It's coming for all you. Make sure you get your ready meals. Make sure you got them ready. Because you ain't gonna have electronics. You can have nowhere to go. Right here we got some MREs with some chili macaroni and cheese and beef sauce. I'm not beefing with you. I might see you where I knew you ain't ate in a week or two. I might be able to throw 2 or 3 of these at you. You haven't ate? I'll drown for you and be your life preserver. Here, take these. Feed them to your children and your wife. You need clean water too? Here, take my water filterizer. I haven't tried none of these styles, MRs. I'm eager to see how I need to properly prepare it. I'm eager to see value what it is compared to the older style that I've had, that I've been used to. We have 2 good meals here. Spaghetti with, there goes his poor meatball, and textured soy flavored sauce. spaghetti with the meatball in. Or you just open it up and stick your spoon in it. Or you boil it. You add a little hot water, stir it up. Who knows? Oh, we had this one. Chili macaroni and beef and sauce. We got 2 cases of each. I think what, 25, 30 come in a case. Well, I'll tell you one thing that's in here. You get a nice little snack. Tootsie Roll. A Tootsie Roll. A Tootsie Roll. A turd roll. Dark brown and chocolate. Like the color of your turd. And then you gnaw on it when you eat your meal. That's what time it is, gentlemen and ladies. Himmacha. How you doing? I don't think I ever seen you check out my stream. Thank you. Tuning in for a little bit. I'm here on the Finger in It Friday. Making sure I got all the Donald Duck. So my name's Donald, so you gotta hope you got all your ducks in a row so you can flock together. Anyone else that's viewing, how you doing? Hope you're prepared. It's coming. Like a thief in the night. It's coming. I'll talk till I end up blue in the face. It's coming. And when it comes, man, I don't know if people want to survive through this. Because when they capture you, there's us and them, with these foreign affairs and these litigations that know everything in effect, you don't know the time from Adam and Eve anymore, people like us. Yeah, it is. It's right there on my clock. East Coast Standard Time is 5:25. No, that's not what time it really is. I don't know if anyone wants to be a survivor. Why would you? You could have no electricity. You could have nowhere to go. If you ain't prepared for nothing, you think your gun's gonna get you on forever? You probably end up shot the first group of people you try to rob. If you successfully rob some person, or their cash, or their preparationness, you ain't gonna get more further than the person that's closer to you, hunting you down like the Walking Dead already. You gotta have a plan in your head to go walk in the wilderness, build a treehouse, get away from the group of the sick society. Get as far away as you can. Strongest and the greatest man will turn his cheek. I don't want to turn all your success of what you gather. I'm a Virgo. I'll gather and harvest for you. I'll go in the woods. I won't snake it and fake it. I'll build a 3-story tree house in the woods with my bare hands. You'll sit there and stare with your hand with a gun and say, "Hey, I like what you did. That's mine now. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme." Well, gimme just went somewhere else. Give yourself a tender thought and prepare. I'm speaking about no one's name in general. It's just two ways people live life. People are 10, 15, two faces behind the pupils of their eyes. I give you eye for an eye. I'm Virgo. I'll put the limelight up there for everyone. I don't want to be in the middle of it. Everyone needs to reflect, not dance around here with no music playing, supporting Satan's rejects. His name comes strong from the warm September months. Yahuwah. God's son. There ain't God, there ain't a. And if I ever seen that, I'll colorblind ignorantly at it. That's where we're standing in Planet Cursed. Okay, you're a Navy vet. A lot of respect to you, man. I know if you're a Navy vet, I know you've been trained. I know you're prepared. You've been on that side, you dedicated yourself. That wasn't a dumb decision. You might have had to do things. You might have had to go through rigorous training. You might have been in situations you never thought you'd be in. But in the schlong run, I call it the schlong run of it, how much better of a person it makes you in the future to know how to prep, how to be prepared, how to gain knowledge that you're incorporating through your mind, to incorporate it with the other good gatherings of knowledge. I respect that. I tried to join the Army at the Corps of Engineer or the Navy at the Corps of Engineer. I lived at Quantico for about 31, 32 years, and I ain't even born in Virginia. I come from Illinois. My family come to Quantico because there was a lot of good jobs and opportunity of building more of that base. I'm named after a grandfather that's a Marine. My stepfather now, 8 years active duty as a Marine. I met a lot of good people, and that is a Navy Marine Corps base. I used to hang around all around the Navy Clinic area. They have a new one there now, the Navy Clinic. You don't go down River Road. That was the old one that they built for World War I and World War II. The third and fourth floor were all mental institutions for PDS soldiers. The second floor is where they did all your operating, your amputees, amputating people, healing them. Right outside the Navy Health Clinic, or the Navy Clinic, was the Navy ship rebuilding yard, all along the Potomac River. I found a 42-pound cannonball that the Confederates were shooting at the Union before they called it Quantico your life around. You know what that place was called back in that day? It was called Evansport, Virginia, a port. And why the Confederates, that cannonball I found, were shooting off Evansport onto the Union ships to sink them. 42-pound cannonballs into the hulls of the ship. I've been in so many homes historically built on that base where they would take the portholes out of some of the old Navy ships and they would stick them in the homes. You know how you have those pushing revolving doors? A lot of the admirals and commanders that lived on that base in officer housing, they had those old portholes from your dining room to your kitchen on your door that pushes open and close. Historical floors from the ships. Wooden floors built tongue and groove at the carpenter's hand. I've been around so much history. Virginia's called for history lovers. No, now they put the road sign, "Welcome to Virginia. Virginia's for lovers." No, it's not. Everyone I knew that came here to have a family has been separated. They got step parents, they got step-on kids, they got kids with 4 or 5 people. That's unrhythmatic. It's, you get here, this is a state that sodomized people, brainwashed people, and possessed people. Military or not. That's what I respect about being in active duty. The places you get to go. You join, you might be stuck in a barracks, you might be stuck at training for a while, but when you get deployed, especially the Navy, you get put on ship time, yeah, you're going to be stuck on the ship. But just think of the different ports, the docks, the different places you're going. You're on the move, you're on the groove. You're being physically active. You're PTing, you're exercising, you're hitting the gym. I never went through boot camp. I tried. They called it a selective service, not a voluntary service or a draft. All my credentials were good, except for being redlined with bad credit for Navy Federal credit card I had that wasn't completely paid off. So they said, sir, you have one red line under your identity in the computer. This is a selective service. We're going to deny your applying of wanting to join the Army or the Navy Corps of Engineers. And man, I could have been retired by now. I turned 40 years old September 9th, 2020. I could have did my 20 years and been retiring and enjoying a whole nother career of building and engineering. I'm a Virgo. I love to build. My fathers were masons, builders, carpenters. My fathers, grandfathers come from a farm. Grandfathers, Marine Corps vet of World War II on the Pacific Front. My other grandfather, professional black ops against the Cold War. Did multiple tours of the Korean and the Vietnam War. Power of the conduction of avionics. My stepdad, man, one of the best jobs you could ever be in. Presidential security with the helicopter. He was the head man when that helicopter stopped. He was to make sure the area was secure. He was the man that opened up the stairs to let the man walk down the stairs. He was the man that would protect that helicopter while the man was doing what he was doing, where he took him. He was the man the minute the man walked down, the president, throwing his right hand up, saluting. That was wonderful. I wasn't there, I didn't do his job. But some of the few things he's explained to me. If you do decide to join, I'll teach you how to do my job. Imagine flying everywhere on the planet about 200 times, everywhere. That's where he'd been with them helicopters. He did 8 years. And like you're saying, man, living around there, yeah, seeing the world, meeting all the people. Yeah, the different jobs you get to learn, and you carry it when you get out, when you get out of being active, the careers that you can do after that. I parked airplanes in the Air Force for 4 years. Oh, now I'm working at the airport, making $110,000. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. I went to college. I went here. I got knowledge while I was active duty. How do people say this country needs to go back to the 2-year everybody? You remember back then, World War I, World War II era, after that era, they at least made you serve a 2-year term. They should do that for everybody. Mr. Patriotic American. Meet a lot of cool people. You said that's exactly why you joined. See the world, not see your life twiddle away in a neighborhood or a town. Do the same 9 to 5. Enjoy your job because this is the career you got, but kind of hate it at the same time because you're not getting out enough. You're straining your financial situation. Like you're saying, you're learning a skill, you're learning a career, you're learning tactics, you're learning preparation, you're learning how to save people, heal people, take care of them. That's the beautiful end of the Navy. They're bringing Navy boats with the Red Cross on it, Navy clinic, Navy training, Navy doctors, Navy nurses. My step-grandfather was in the first Navy SEAL organization. He also did Black Ops. He also did Cold War. He also was in Korea, Vietnam, the Cold War. A lot of people, man. Like you said, me just living at that base, man, I met so many. Because, they come and go. You're only stationed there for so long. You might only be getting a training there for a year or so. You're only stationed there till you get deployed or you got to go somewhere else. Oh, yeah. Make a lot of television programs around Quantico too. Go into the files of the X-Files, NCIS, that actual TV show called Quantico. Becoming a federal agent. It's a beautiful base though, very historic. Very historic. John Adams, our second president, his boyhood home is on that base. I think it might have been Garfield or Hoover. President Garfield or Hoover took a big part of the base and he made it his retreat. He would get at the Washington Navy shipyard and get a fleet of Navy men to drive him, to sail him or drive him out of the Anacostia River, connecting to the Potomac River, go all the way down the Potomac River from the Washington Navy shipbuilding yard or the Washington Navy shipyard. Oh man, I've been there a bunch of times working. Bunch of times. Redoing officers' quarters. I work for base maintenance, housing turnovers, and mainly the team I work with was the historical refinishers. Because you might have heard me earlier. A lot of those homes are built from the wood from the ships. They'll use wood floors. They'll use the portholes for the ships and some of the parts of the home. The hand banisters, the fireplace mantles. I was a wood refinisher. I'd sand the wood floors, the cabinets, the stairs, the banisters, fireplace mantles. I've done that in Annapolis, Washington Navy Shipbuilding Yard, Patuxent River, Indian Head. Dahlgren, Dothan. What's the other one? Not Dothan, 8th and I. I'm thinking about Alabama. Then I've done all the work I was mainly stationed working doing was at Quantico. Commanding general's house, 2 3-star general's houses, colonels, pressure washing their house, building decks, changing windows out, everything. I can walk with my tool bag and I can fix anything in your house as long as you got the material. And sometimes I can hand create what needs to be fixed because you can't buy it at the store. You got to fabricate it. I worked in the embassies in D.C., the Netherlands, Switzerland, and I think we did Holland. Did 3 or 4 embassies, redoing all the wood. I've been in the Surgeon General's personal home and quarters. He has a beautiful laboratory and like an auditorium looking thing. Big telescope, a laboratory, an auditorium in there. Home is so historical. I know my family's history here. We were used to build all the mines for gold and basically for gold mining and prospering so they can make their communicating devices. They came to my family's farm in Illinois. Abraham Stinkin, Illinois president. Well, you say, where's some of the most fertile farmland here in Illinois? Let's go over to the old Dole farm. Hey, Mr. Charlie P. Dole, I'm going to grant you president and commissioner of the Union Army. We're going to use your farm, your crops, your land. We want you to start building a couple barns for our horses. We want you to come here so we can promote our officers and cavalrymen for the state militia army of the Civil War of the Union out of Illinois. I ain't lying about that. You can look that name up right now. Charlie P. Dole, President and Commissioner of the Union Army, selected in southwestern Illinois for them to make their Union camp, selecting and creating their officers, their generals at the Illinois militia. Yeah, well, I wasn't like, how can I say this? I was an employee that was hired, not a contractor. The people that owned and ran the business were all retired military. And there was about 4 or 5 of them that the main headquarters was in Carolina. And then they bid all these government contracts up and down the East Coast, and that's where they named the company Eastern Maintenance. And then when they won the contract at Quantico, they sent one man, one of the owners of Eastern Maintenance, to build the, how can I say, the office. He didn't build it himself, but he brought in the 4-wide trailer, put all the computer systems they wanted to use in it, put the opportunity of jobs for people to apply for. And I happen to know people on the base It's not what you know, it's who you know nowadays, especially to find good jobs like that. So what happened, I knew someone that worked at the real military facilities of maintenance. And they said, well, hey, a big contractor just got a 12-year contract, Eastern Maintenance. They're based out of Coates, North Carolina. Now, if you get in and put your application in first, you could probably work that whole contract. And that's what I did. I was 19 years old, graduated in 98. 1999, I got hired. 19 years old, I was making $19 and some change an hour, like 1989, 1987-ish per hour. Had my own company vehicle. My job, I lived in the town of Quantico. My job was literally 5 minutes to the office to go cock in. And I took on that trait as wood refinishing and what they call the comm crew, the maintenance crew, housing turnover. Now you got your electricians, you got your HVAC guys, you got your 3 or 4 men on the plumbing crew, you got your 4 or 5 guys on the HVAC crew, you got your electricians that are there, you got your quality control, you got your project manager, your assistant manager, you got 2, 3 secretaries. What other positions work there? Then you had the guy to do general maintenance, painting, and refinishing of hardwood floors, banisters, stairs, cabinets, etc., etc. Fireplace mantles in some of the older homes. Plaque de God. And it is, man, when you're 19 years old, you got family military history, you feel good about it, the work crews are very cool. A couple of the other guys were only like 4-year servicemen that, you know, were just getting stationed or just getting, you know, discharged, getting done with their 4 years, they'd apply. That company went through, I don't know. By the end of that 2-year contract, my company employee number was 003. I was the 3rd employee hired, right? Man, you look at some time cards and you'd be like, man, you know, with the guys that you've been working there since the get-go, like, man, dude, man, we've been working, look at our company number. You're 05, you're 02, I'm 03, you know. And then you look there about like 5, 6 years later, and you look at everyone else's slide-in card, where they got their name and then what number employee they were hired. That contract went through. By the time the end of the 10 years contract was over, there was employee number like, I have to say 560 something. I ain't lying to you. That company went through 500, almost 600 people in 10 years. And only a handful of people were the ones when that first started. From the beginning to the end of that contract. And then when that contract ended, you know, and you heard what I was saying. Yeah, I've been to all those different bases, all those older homes, all those historical buildings, patriotic pride of doing it, doing a good job. After that contract ended, they tore down a lot of the old homes on the base. They didn't touch many of the general and the colonel's quarters. Those are historical landmarks. You know, they're not allowed to touch or remove those. But they tore down like a lot of stuff that's, you know, like corporal's housing, sergeant housing. Redid a lot of like the lower rank officers, first lieutenants, second lieutenants, anyone under the officer rank of major and under. They redid all the a lot of the old apartments, a lot of the old town row homes. Totally tore down all the other homes. And a new contractor from Colorado came in called Lincoln Construction and Management. And what they did, they came in with these cookie cutter homes, no hardwood floors in them, all these chintzy plastic pieces, every home the same, vinyl siding, all this other stuff, built it all over the base. When they were building like a whole street of townhomes in a month, probably 2 weeks, using all these foreign people, using all these Spanish crews, nothing against that, for their race, getting caught, putting all these immigrants on one American Social Security number. They're trying to get through Checkpoint Charlie. They're in there, okay, I need your ID in the back seat. Oh, no English. Well, I need your ID. I need to scan your ID, sir. No ID, no habla. I'd be riding out, doing my job, getting gas off the base with the gas card. You come back in the morning, fresh cup of coffee, gassed up vehicle. You got your job tickets and your clipboard, about to go do a couple jobs. You get back in there, man, they'd have 2-3 subcontractors doing this, roofing subcontractors here, painting subcontractors here, because the guy just wants to manage all the big money. Let's go hire that subcontractor 3 counties away from Prince William County, Quantico. Let's get these subcontractors all from Springfield and Fairfax, Virginia. Let's not give the jobs to the people in Prince William County or the northern end of Stafford County. Let's not do that. And man, you'd be stuck there at Checkpoint Charlie trying to get in base, because they'd have 4 or 5 illegal immigrants, not even on a green card, trying to get on the base to do the contract for the subcontract that they got. They'd have them in there plastic cuffed, all their pockets inside out, shirts hanging across the top of the car, the hood and the trunk open, all the doors open, dogs sniffing the car out everywhere they go. Then you see that white van come from the other side of base, load them all up. Then you see that tow truck coming behind you with those yellow lights, strapping that car up on the tow truck. Then you get there with your ID. You got all your proper DOD stickers on your vehicle. You get there and the first thing the goddamn guard does, Marines pretty much guard it, that Checkpoint Charlie. And they don't even want your ID. They see your DOD sticker. They see you in your uniform. Sorry about the hold-up, sir. I said, no, you're not supposed to salute me. I'm not an officer. You only salute officers, sir, but thank you for the salute. You have a good day, Marine. Hoorah! And always get the whole guard shack to hoorah back at me. Hoorah! Virgo Lover, how you doing, buddy? We would go out for sea trials, and civilian contractors will come out with you as well sometimes. Is that what you're saying? It is just a vital. They would observe, use on fire teams and crew, or, okay. People like a different fire departments, people ways that might not always get an experience that y'all are trained in, but it's good to have them doing that field in the civilian realm to learn that from a different way of professionalism or the circumstances that you're projected to as your MOS or your term of your job in service. They did a lot of that at Quantico too. And what they really did to really mess it up is they even subcontracted the mess halls out to people. When I first worked there, the Marines or the Navy, you'd be in mess hall duty. You'd work in the mess hall. Nowadays, they bring all these, like, people that have disabilities, people that are in already government assist programs, and then they hire them with a project manager sitting behind a computer. That's what they do with a lot of the cleaning crews on the base. They're all subcontractors of handicapped people with disabilities. They all pile up in a 15-passenger van, clean everyone's office, mop everyone's building. Man, back in my day, or back in the day when I knew my ancestors, you were in there doing it. You know, your platoon was in there doing that. Your company was in there taking care of your building, you know. They changed it a lot from when I first realized it. The all black leather boots, and you better have them spit shined where your OIC can see his reflection through your shoes. Not to run around in Nike, Reeboks, Adidas, Danners, all these sport-like feeling soles and tennis shoes, and my combat boots are Nike Air Maxes with the air bubble in it. It's like, hey, you know, that's better for the soldier, finally, you know, to help him out a little bit. Digicami came out. Yeah, all that change. Yeah. But that's what makes our service great, is how we upgrade it and upgrade it and upgrade it and upgrade and up. And we will continue to upgrade every time to keep the upper hand. And there ain't no problem with that. You got to serve and protect your people or the country you live in from any invader or an intruder. Well, what's happened to my country that I know of is we've gotten intruded and invaded by them people right up the road from me in Washington, D.C. that are wearing snakes on their neck. Foreign Affairs letting the UN come in here by our back, letting this Islamic roll around old Chaqueto presidency, selling our nation out to the communists right behind our backs. People putting snakes around their neck. I call people that wear ties all day a snake. People hanging a snake from their neck, creating everyone else under their bills and terms, dictating how other people's decisions and dictating the whole goddamn society. I'm a carpenter. I just want to build, man. Give me material. I shouldn't be sitting here talking about, oh, my paintings are in a bind every day. Look, I got a PayPal address found there. I should be the guy goddamn giving gifts to people like the Virgo that I am. I'll give you from my left hand gifts all day from the land earth. Well, we don't want that, but we want to start our public brainwashing schooling at the end of August and the first week of Labor Day. Want to make year-round school. Want to start school in July. Why don't they start public school in the sign of the Virgo? Don't ask me. It's for mind control. Why goddamn hear the kids up there crying, my nephews. I don't have kids. I would love to at least have one. I don't have a woman or a spouse right now. I'm very prude and picky. I can't find the type that I would like to be with. I like to get a good old honest military chick, to tell you the truth. Marry, get the benefits, get a nice home, travel here and there. Find me a job on the base somewhere, do a little maintenance, be a painter. I got the plan. See, I like to be athletic. That's how I am. I played a lot of sports. Basketball, football, track, soccer for 1 year. Wasn't a big fan of soccer, but I was alright at it. Track and field. Second, third fastest guy in the track team. Football. I wasn't an all-star. I wasn't a captain. But I was on the field doing, playing, producing, defensive back.